try to perform within their community. Communities must start supporting their own people. And that's where it starts. You cannot be a good footballer without starting it from Kaboa or from where you come from or from Machini where you come from. Why should you want to be on top? You must start it from the grassroots. And your own people must be the one to support you to the level where you want to be. And it comes by trading your skill within the community. But before you trade your skill, let us have a communal unity. A community, we have to have community halls whereby young people come together and do art and do culture. These things we used to have them before, whereby people used to come and they do drama and they beat drums and they dance, and at the end of the day they will present their show in the community halls. So it starts there. It starts there. We have to start trading our own skills within our communities.
Well, unfortunately, most of the times Ugandans will have what is coming from abroad, what is coming from far.
Definitely. Yes.
One time I attended a church service.
Yes.
And I was seated with someone. Then this announcer, this mighty man of God, then came and said, but this is the person you're always with here. Even Jesus in the Bible said a prophet may not be respected
but at his own home.
At his own home.
Yes.
So we must support our own before we get them. It is us to get them to those platforms. If we do not support them to become big, then let's not desire them when they have made it.
Yes.
I would cherish so much that footballer began playing in this pitch. We supported him. Now he's an international player.
Yes.
And this is what Yiga is advocating for, that we need to be the people who support these people to get to there. But what is your target group? Because we know for any project to succeed, you must clearly cut out your target group. Who are you targeting here?
More honestly, I would say I'm just targeting, as the program, as SEED program is, because this is our newsletter. If you read in this, we have got even our newsletter whereby it's like our dictionary we use, and we advocate for youth, unemployed youth. That's specific, unemployed youth. We advocate for unemployed women, and each category, and children. Because these three things, they can cost the economy of any country. It doesn't matter how. Socially.
Children, women?
Youth and women.
Youth.
These are the sensitive categories of people that government departments must focus on in order to broaden and to protect the economy of the country. If we don't empower our youth, for example, if we cannot be able or we are in a position to create jobs, then let us assess the youth, the unemployed youth. Let us assess what they have got in them so that we can develop what they have got in them. So that then we make a platform to use their own skills, their own talent to create an income for themselves. Use what they have, develop it, and create a platform for them to become beneficial to the society they come from and beneficial to the economy of the country. If you don't empower women, we are destroying families. We are going to see a lot of children on streets because a woman, if is employed, can save the family. A woman who is empowered, we are talking about saving about 5+ of a family in Uganda every day, because that woman can be able to sustain her family if she is empowered through skills to do something that can be beneficial for her family and community. If we don't have early childhood development, because a child, you will see a child that this one she can be that, this one can be this one at the early stage. Like white people, white people, they always look at how the children are and how children can be in future. If we don't develop our children and focus on early child development, then we have got a problem of gangsterism, of hindering tourism in Uganda. Thank God our president has brought safety and security. That's the main key of in order to achieve the issues I'm talking about. Safety and security is the main key as a triangle, because without that pivot of safety and security, we cannot achieve social sustainable development. But the president has put that in place. It's upon you and me to see how can we then use what we have to transform our life from poverty. No government is going to come and give free money to anybody. But still our president is doing what he can through SACWAs, through parish models, and he's doing what he can. He's doing all the best. But people don't take it seriously. Most especially young people. They have turned themselves into politics. Politics is not the game to, it's not for everybody.
It's becoming one of the most highly
everyone,
paying jobs.
it's an optional thing. It's like an optional. It's like people feel like what is the easiest way to go? Young people should divert away from this syndrome of turning to politics because they think it's the easy target to be known, to achieve the easy things. They should sit down and assess themselves and see what they can offer to their communities and the country at large. This is very serious. Everyone is turning to politics. Everyone is turning to be a blogger. Everyone is turning to be that. But at the end of the day, your passion is not there. We have to start realizing that we are a generation with more to offer.
Well, we'll go for a short break, and when we return with Yiga, we'll be discussing how does he intend or how is he implementing this uphill task, and how is he going to ensure sustainability of his dream, of his vision to empower women, youth and children socially and economically for development. We'll return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. This weekend, Youth of Purpose.
It's us, it's you as an individual to be secure first and then security of the nation.
I'm here to tell my fellow youth out there that it is our role to participate in security of our nation. It begins with us.
We don't want us to leave everything to the police. Like people are saying, it's just their job. It's not. It's everybody's role.
True.
One cannot do that bad to his country when they have the love for their country inside them.
And the youth also must develop a heart of patriotism that has principles like sacrifice.
We take caution of each and everyone that we are moving with, even your close friends.
Change is not about changing the offices. It is about changing the idea, leaving the bad one and bringing the good one.
The government should also help other universities because some of the universities are not having enough security.
This is a time for us to come together and make sure that we work towards making sure that our nation is secure, but also you as an individual, you are secure.
Uganda first. It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Great entertainment, sports, the local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Everybody, Go TV. This is where our best stories live.
Get the best best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone and enjoy free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 Uganda shillings. That's free 2 GB for the first month and free 1 GB for the next 11 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings with free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 shillings only. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching Good Morning Uganda Extra here on UBC TV, and I'm Robert Chiraponyonyitono. In studio, I am with the founder of that is Seed International, that aims at empowering women, youth, and children with sustainable development skills for the future, and that is Yiga Richard, with whom we are discussing a number of areas on how he does this. Now, before I went for this break, I had earlier asked him how is he going to implement this uphill task. Government has talked about this. Number of NGOs have talked about that, sustainable talent development, socio-economic empowerment, but realizing that still remains a problem. And how is he going to fund this? Today in Uganda, everything requires money. Most of the things require money. Movement requires money, and sometimes we get projects, they make some achievement, yes, but then they wind up. And you know what happens? Whatever their achievements have been, go with this donor community. Yes. Now, Yiga, at my hot seat, how are you going to do that?
Sir, my host, to us, seed is very simple. In fact, our slogan, we made it simple. Our slogan, we don't promise, but we do. Because I believe that's a different angle that Seed has used to approach the community at large. Because sometimes our approach also matters. That if you promise people heaven and earth, they expect you to deliver consequently and without them involving them. So Seed, we say to people, we have got this, you have to meet us halfway. Because we make it inclusive. We make the community to be the deciders or decider factors of what they want to see in their community. Now, a little background of where Seed is operating or where it started operating. I'm a Ugandan citizen. I left this country in 1998, and that was January after my O-level. I'm a preacher also. My spiritual father is Robert Kayanja. I went to South Africa, where I've been all these years. I've built a lot of social economic transformation in the country. And right now, Seed is operating greatly and touching lives there. We have got programs that are being supported and funded by local business people, private sectors, individuals, and even government itself. We've got 6 programs in Seed. And each program we tackle it according to the convenience of what is available for us to implement. Now, when I came back, because Uganda is my country, you can be overseas for years, but always home will be the best. And I had to look and do more consultation. I came last year, November. I've been here for about 5 months, 6 months. And my consultations were that, what can I do for my people? And when I looked at what can Uganda community offer to Seed and what can we offer them? Because we put them in the angle before we implement. And I saw that there's no funding, there's no money, there's no infrastructure, but we can start with what we have. Because every country we go to in Africa, we implement according to the social hues and depending on the economy of that country. So we cannot implement what we are supposed to implement in South Africa or Nigeria or wherever, where the same thing that we can implement. We do balance the social economy with the social hues of that country and then we can be able to say, look, this is the program we can start with. So we decided to start with talent development because we believe that it's a God-given talent. God didn't ask money from anyone to make you sing. God didn't ask money for someone to be a dramatist. God didn't ask someone to be athlete, whatever. Sports is there.
Some people can really take off and
definitely.
Like,
so from November when I arrived 16, that has been my homework. And I've reached out to many people. I've designed a lot of stuff. I've communicated to my NGO in South Africa, and look, this is what I've decided to handle in Uganda as a takeoff. Talent development.
Yes.
Broadly. Sports, drama, music, whatever. So our first plan is to go all over the districts in Uganda, presentation of show, casing, and assessing, and taking those young people we feel they are good for the impartment of investing in them with whatever resources that we can have to develop their talents within their communities where they come from, and then see how we can be able to sustain those talents. But we believe that if the talents are there, sustainability automatically just comes, because it's about the eagerness and the passion that a person has got to cling on what you have to make it workable. So we as SEED, we say, okay, we have got the infrastructure of saying we can fund our own selves to go and assess the talents in all the districts. And then get those young people and say, look, you are from Masaka, right? So you are 20, right? You are a drummer, you are a singer, whatever. Okay, we give you this budget. Can you show us what you can do? We have got talents and all that things. And that's where it comes from. It doesn't come, because the problem is, as you had said earlier, that people love what comes from outside. No outsider is going to support you if you have nothing. It's either by talent, you have to show what you have, you have to showcase off what you have. And we are really blessed because we have got a culture. We have got a beautiful culture. African people have got culture. You look at Nigeria, how it is working. We have got Uganda here. We need to focus on what we have. We don't have to focus on what we don't have. Because you cannot deliver by aiming to get fast in order to deliver. You cannot. You have to use what you have. That's why we say, we don't promise, but we do. Let people be the judge. Let people be the judge. But for us, we say, we are just doing the work. We are doing what's best for the country. We are doing what's best for the community. We are doing what's best for the next door person. We are doing what's best for the whole local community, because we believe that, and to achieve these things in South Africa, where it has been grooming all the time, we have worked social cohesion, because you cannot achieve it alone. We have done social cohesion with government departments. We have done social cohesion with private sectors. We have done social cohesion with local business people, where we implement our programs. We make sure that we have done social cohesion with mayors of those cities and municipalities. So it's the same thing. In order to achieve the sustainable development, we need to work with local business people, private sectors, government departments, because government comes in just to monitor and put in more. Government is not going to just come to put money.
Well, I love the fact that you've said you're going to get to work with government.
Yes.
And really, I must accept our government has done so much in skilling. The president has skilling the girl child initiative, the boy child as well. They have given them trainers to equip them with skills, equipment, money after training and all that.
Yes.
But when you're going to walk the road of talent, Uganda is one of the countries, I must say, where talent pays less.
Yes.
Most are the initial stages.
Yes.
And today we have so many youth that are looking at quick money.
Definitely.
If a project is coming, we have been so much blinded by donor way of doing things that even if you're driving someone to their destiny, the first thing will be what is tangible as of now.
Yes.
That get rich quick.
Yes.
And that's why you find that many government programs, so good as they sound, at the end of the day, first 2 weeks you have a big intake. The next, they will tell us, you're training us how to look after cows from to went.
Yes.
You had 100 the previous day, coming back you have 2 or 3.
Yes.
Allowances. So talent being one of the less paying in Uganda today, unless you've made a major breakthrough.
Yes.
How are you going to ensure that this group, most of the youth, you can keep them through the process till they can reap meaningfully from their fruits? Because we have a get-rich syndrome. We are used to, we've been called Chirimu Sente, but Wademeka Tudeyeka.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Thank you very much. I think you and me, we have got the same mindset. You spoke exactly something that I already wanted to speak. We have got a problem with our young people. That's a syndrome. Now let me tell you yes. I think because I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a preacher, at the same time I'm a businessman. I don't allow myself to get handouts. Maybe when I was still growing at 17, 18 years, handouts, yes. You know, I used to disturb Pastor Robert Kanja so much. Every time I go to his house in Tinda, you know, Pastor, I need that, and he'll give me. But it becomes addiction. It becomes a syndrome to you that you always want to depend on other people, and it's not healthy. You don't even produce your potential as a person. God has given us a lot of potential in us. But becoming a dependent, a syndrome of dependency, where those things are not sustainable. In fact, for me, what I've put, the principle I have, if I have a business to talk with you, and in the business talking, you don't show me the sustainability of what we are talking about, I quit. It doesn't matter how small it must be. Everything must show. You can talk about the billions, but how are you going to sustain these billions? You know that a person who sells kabalagala on the street, who gets 100 rand, 100 shillings every day, 100 shillings every day, is better than a person who comes on the street and say, mfunirawa, neba million bili. Wazifuna natandika okulia kwezo, nalya kwezo, nali nalizigwao.
Kutudeyo kadiru. Nakadiru kensubira, nakadiru kembala. That is where our generation has gone.
Exactly. So it's a country, it's a young people brokering agents of this and that. These things are not sustainable. They are not health at all. You cannot, in fact, even women. Women, I pity women who get married to people that don't have at least akadala kenyanya. Women should start getting married to people that have got akadala kenyanya. Because you are showing that every day I can get a BBD. 500 shillings coming in. Than a person who wakes up in the morning, dressed very nicely, and goes stand at George House.
You want a phone, you want this.
You see what I'm saying? So this is not healthy. Our youth have got the potential. But the syndrome of Mfunirawa, the syndrome of Chiche Chirimu, Chiche Changua. And these are things that we have really as Uganda, as leaders, as ministers, as our president. Recently, one of our anxious young leader, he spoke about something that was interesting. In fact, he spoke about increasing the budget of sports. Increasing the budget. So, you know, other people,
sports and entertainment.
Other people, they didn't saw it beneficial. But to me, I understood the passion this young leader of ours has, and we are so aspired, and we are waiting to see that day because we are behind him. We are an organization that do consultative status. We know the ground. You know, time will tell. But he's on the right track, because if you don't invest in sports and entertainment as the biggest incoming trade in Uganda, because everywhere you see entertainment. People don't enter for free. They pay. They pay. Sports, people pay. Because at the end of the day, you can work hard, but at the end of the day, you will need where to go to relax yourself. Whether in music, whether to go watch soccer. So this is something that he spoke of that already we have on the table, and we just thank God, and we're just waiting for that day that maybe as we aspire to see him implementing what we believe he wants to implement. And we are behind him, because we need people, young people, that have got a brainstorm to impact on the number of young people in the country. The problem with young people, they're so fragile. Buli ekituuka bakigwira. Kubanga waliwo buli obulwadde obugamba nti nfunira wa. Buli kadiru akajja nfuna ya 2, nfuna ya 3, nfuna kati. These things are not sustainable. Okufuna 2, okufuna million, n'ofuna 10 million. nga naye ogenda ziri alyako otolako weziba milioni 5 n'otolako 10 tezikyali
tolina formula yazikola
tolina formula
bona yazisasanya
and era omuntu wazifuna milioni 10 tasobola ziteeka mu kintu kigenda at least kumuleeterayo bina buli lunaku bali 10 buli kanaku so that's the mindset I'm driving young people. Deal muzibaddemu bidiru mubirimu already that's a syndrome in you but get million billions kwata mame waka mukolera akadaala gwe n'obeera ku bidiru byo mame erika abeere nga atunda ennyaanya waka nga woddayo waka essente zenva weeziri. But we are in a Uganda whereby every young man thinks he's going to be a politician, he's going to be a blogger, you know, he's going to be, they need cameras.
Famous.
To be famous.
Celebrity.
And that's why there's a huge number of unemployment. Not because Uganda is not capable or our government is not capable of transforming the lives, but they have failed to come on board. Instead, criticizing the present government, which is not right.
Let me get this from you. If government was to assist you to achieve your vision of socio-economic empowerment for development for the youth, children and women,
yes,
what would you want? What kind of assistance? Because what you're talking about, government has tried to do.
Yes, yes.
There's been a bit of investment in sports.
Yes.
A bit of investment in skilling.
Yes.
Promoting the arts industry.
Yes.
But if not a drop in an ocean, the impact has been very minimal.
Definitely. Mr. Robert, if government tends to, and not only government, even the local businessman of the private sectors, you know, we don't wait for funding to start our work as seed. That's why we say we don't promise, but we do. We do. You find us on the way as we're moving. And that's our slogan. But as I say, if government tries to support us, or any man there who feels like what we are doing is good, our first implementation will be, we need infrastructure. And we'll make sure that every community has got a communal hall whereby young people, like youth cafes, whereby young people come in a community place and be able to expose their talent, a platform whereby those talents should be monitored, a talent whereby those talents should be turned into entrepreneurship, a talent whereby these talents can be even turned into a benefit to their society or communities, and at the same time become beneficial to the broader economy. So in my understanding, funding or supporting comes in different ways. In South Africa, we call it sponsorship or donors or funding. So people can support in different ways, not only money that can make a change or difference in people's lives, but that's as we said, that in Uganda, where there's no paper among young people, you are not talking. If today government comes in and say, look, I am building a community hall for you in Masaka, then they will say, no, we are not interested. The question of the matter is, are you willing, and you are really willing to take out yourself from poverty? And the only thing I believe government must focus on is to stop giving handouts to people. Because even these street kids, I've got a problem, I've got a big problem. In South Africa, where in my community where I live in George, Greater Lut, that's Knysna, Plettenberg Bay, is a white area, tourist area. And we have fought to stop handouts on streets to kids, because the more you give 100 shillings to a kid on the street in Kampala Road, this child is going to, tomorrow he was one, then they're going to be four. I've watched that and I've seen. And it's not bad to give, but it's bad to create a syndrome of giving so that you create a problem. It's like this man at the beautiful gate. The Bible is clear. When the apostle came, he was giving the money every time to this man. He was giving money to him until the man of God, the Spirit of God, said to him, "No, it's over now. Use
Silver
what I've
and
given
gold
you.
I don't have.
I don't have.
But what I give
unto you." So today, I declare and I ask the government, I appeal to the government, stop giving handouts to young people. You are destroying them. You are destroying their future. But assess the skill in them, develop them, make them a way to expose their talent for income generation and general entrepreneurship development to become necessary for the economy of our Uganda in future. And that takes patriotism. If you love your country, you'll use what you have. Don't wait for someone to come and give you something. Do use what you have.
Well, thank you so much, Yiga Richard. That is a very good message for the youth. You cannot depend on handouts. They're not sustainable.
Yes.
But inside you, there is a God-given talent. Yes. Identify that, develop that. It could be a long journey, yes, but you can get there. This mindset of get rich quick, this mindset of I need a deal. I have a belief that one day I'll get a deal, and it's that deal that will see me out of this situation.
Yes.
It is all about a process.
A process.
For you to achieve. Let me have your final remarks, Yiga.
Yes. My final remarks will be, Sid, we're here in South Africa. We have exposed ourselves. We have publicly exposed ourselves. Local government, national government, provincial government. We receive support from different stakeholders. I'm here in Uganda now, and I'm here to see how Sid is going to be doing. I'm here to see young people that are genuine. You are even welcome. I don't know if maybe I'll leave my number or where they can send their CVs. I need to see their passion. I need a motivation. In fact, I don't need a CV. I need just a motivation letter from one young man, any young woman, any young
just your website, it is okay.
Yes, our website is www.mccseed.co.za, but also I can give a number where you can send it through on WhatsApp. They are just a motivation letter. We need a motivation with their number, because through that motivation letter, we'll assess the person. We don't need the CV. The CV can talk a lot, but at the end of the day, what the CV talks and the person is different. So we need the motivation letter of a person, just few words, about 200 words, to say, look, I'm who and who. I believe I'm a singer and I can be able to sing. Please, I just need your support. Write that, send it to us, and we will be able to call you, tell you where to start and how to start it. That's what we are giving. And I appeal to the government, please, work in close with civil societies. That's very important. Today we have got a consultative status at United Nations. We were granted it on 2020 when COVID came. We sat down as Sid and said, look, what can we do? We said, no, we have to start up a food gardening, which is not viable here in Uganda, because in Uganda people are farmers. In South Africa, people don't believe in farming. You know, they just buy. So we started back gardening, backyards. We implement gardens, spinach, cabbages and all during COVID. Today we received money just to sustain that program, that project, a massive project of 6 acres, money funded by a sponsor, to say your program is genuine, is sustainable, and it's beneficial to the community because you are growing nutritional food and it's also helping the community. So I appeal to the government, help people through social cohesion, infrastructures, not handouts. God bless you.
Well, thank you so much. That is Yiga Richard, who happens to be the founder of Seed International, that aims at improving socio-economic development of lives in a sustainable manner. And like he said, you have potential in you, you have the talent. How do you make best use of that talent for sustainable development? But also Uganda is going to support our own right from grassroots. Many times I hear of an international musician coming or a footballer, and we are all overexcited. How do we build what is ours?
Yes.
Let's do that, and of course, let's desist from the belief that handouts can cause meaningful economic transformation. Have a lovely day. God bless you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.